Okay, so what is Inventor? Well, Inventor is a predominantly mechanical design package, and it works in 3D, allowing us to create models of parts and assemblies, put them together and actually make them work in virtual reality, if you like. We can then take those parts and have them manufactured or print them ourselves on 3D printers, maybe cut them out on CNC machines. And it allows you to prototype without actually going to the cost of having parts manufactured. You can do a lot of things on the software now which historically would have cost money and taken a lot of time to have various parts made, brought over, checked, see that they don't quite work together or fit, and then you have to send them back and get them redone. With Inventor we can check most of it online and have things working. So for instance, here we have a piston assembly. It's a very basic drawing. I've just done this as an example, so please don't think this has actually ever been used for anything. It's just something I knocked up quickly to show you the example here. And this would have been just as I designed this, I could see how it fitted together, and it went into this engine assembly. Okay, so if this was a real engine, this would be, as I say, much more complex, but we'd be able to put in things like bearings and oil seals and be able to check clearances, and indeed we'd be able to see that the thing could move and how everything moved in relation to each other. So even though this is something basic I've just knocked up, you can see how I was able to make the parts fit, see the rotation, the length these rods need to be in order to get the rotation, and the pistons at top dead center, that kind of thing. And that was just this very basic example I knocked up. But you know, a real engine could be designed on this software easily, and probably they are, in fact. And you could have all the bearings and oil seals and all the tolerances. It can all be worked out. There's so much in this software. The tools that let you do various things, and we'll be going through that in the beginners and the advanced courses that I do. This course, we're going to concentrate on actually building models, parts and assemblies. So we'll mainly be focusing on the 3D modeling and sketching tools, but we'll look at some of the advanced things, and also there will be an advanced course and probably some shorter add-on courses that specialize in different types of engineering and design that you might do. The thing with Inventor, it's used in a lot of different industries, so after teaching the basics, people tend to go down certain routes, whether that's piping or so aerospace or structural steel design, that kind of thing, and those people tend to learn different methods and use it in a different way. So at some point I will separate from doing one course to cover the advanced things to issuing a few different courses based on each kind of speciality. So there'll be a piping course, and there'll be a structural course, and there'll be a frame generation course for people who do frames, that kind of thing. And you could just then pick and choose which small course you'd want to do. But for now, this is a beginner's course. We're going to get you up and running with the software. After this course, you'll understand how to model something like this and get it moving if you want to. You'll know how to use parts and assemblies and constrain them together and all this kind of thing. And you'll be able to go away after this course and pretty much design most basic items. And then it's up to you whether you come back and do more courses with us, or you just decide you've got enough confidence with the software to learn yourself after that. That's totally up to you. So let's get started in this course, and we'll start with the basic parts. So if you've done any of my other courses, you'll know I do teach software different to most books and courses you've seen out there. 99% of the courses, they would spend the first chapters going through literally every command up here. you would be bored to tears. They would even tell you how to set up your workspace, how to change the colour of your background, how to use the mouse and how to change what the keys. Loads of stuff you just don't need to know. You don't need to know what every button does until you need it, basically. Or you'll just forget straight away. But this is how most people go about teaching software. I don't know why. I don't know why it's taught like that. If you were to go out and buy a book to learn Inventor, I've seen books out there that run to nearly 5,000 pages and they don't even get you drawing anything till maybe page 500. It's ridiculous. So the way I teach is I get you up and running straight away. We start drawing basic shapes, we gradually get more complicated, but you're learning things straight away, you're learning techniques, and you're actually creating something more importantly. And then if we do need to change settings or it would be beneficial to change something, I bring that in as we need it. If you do have experience with Inventor, you might think, well, why is he teaching us this way? And then later on in the course, maybe I teach a different way of doing it. Well, that's because of this progression. After teaching for many years, I understand people sometimes struggle with more advanced concepts, and it's easier to teach basic methods and then show them a better way of doing it later, so that you understand why it's a better way. If I just go ahead and show you the quick way of doing everything, you're going to look at half the commands and not understand why you would have needed them. But there are times you might need to do something the longer way around so that it becomes easier to edit it later. So I do tend to teach basic methods, and then as we progress, show you quick ways and more advanced ways of doing the same thing. Okay, so let's get going and let's learn to create some parts.